Hello YouTube friends, welcome to episode, God knows, 114 of the free-to-play journey. Today we hit VIP13, so we'll look at that, more about the tier 5 grind, and look at the early stages of KVK2 and how everything is going now that fights have begun, so stay tuned. You stayed tuned, good for you. First things first then, let's address the elephant in the room. Why is my hair so long? I just haven't had a chance to cut it. I missed my last haircut. I've even got a hair band. Soon it will be cut. And then I will look like a human again. Anyway, main things, obviously me. Who cares about the greater things? So we hit the IP13, which means we get a lovely little troop health 5% bonus, which is pretty big. Next one is the unit capacity 5%, material production speed, which are great, and of course the extra legendary commander sculpture. So to address the comments, basically the vast majority of people disagree with me and say I should get VIP14 before tier 5, which isn't going to be possible because of this. I think the concession I could make is not spend what would be almost 10,000 gems. Let's check on books, because we are here for the watchtower bits, as we established the other night. For books, we are at 9,000-ish. Yeah, 9,480 away. I think that's about right. So I could spend all them. So I've been umming and ahhing about whether or not... it's not terrible. Actually, it is pretty terrible. About whether or not I should just do it now based on low on building speed ups. I've decided to listen to everyone. So instead of pushing now and buying the books, I'm just going to wait for more than gems, because with the watchtower, sorry, with the castle, with the fact I need to buy 5 of these things, or 4, and then with some VIP points, I can spend my 50k gems on more than gems, get the maximum rewards. Hopefully you remember to do it in 2 days this time, unlike that fateful day. And then the next things we need to worry about for gems are save enough for the egg event and save enough to open new commanders. So on the new commander front, we all know intimately who we've got at the moment. We have Thutmose, who is now 5411. I got a few Thutmose heads recently, so he's almost 5511. We have Baibars, and we have Sun Tzu as our 3 primaries, with Ethel, YSG Max, and I can't remember who, Bjorn as our 3 secondaries. So we all know that. What's coming next is the big question. So we have, as you saw, 300 odd heads, 317 heads. It'll probably be 500 by the time we enter KVK2. So I'm still planning Nevsky Zhugliang. Let me know in the comments if you think that's bad, if you think I should be doing anyone else. But I'm pretty set on the Nevsky Zhugliang or the new Cav open field commander if he's any good. Which of course he will, because new commanders are always busted. So I just need to make sure I have enough gems to spin the wheel the minimum number of times to open the new commander, and then spend the rest on egg stuff and whatnot. Our equipment has stalled a lot thanks to no egg event. Where are we? So our materials is actually not terrible at the moment, but our blueprints is pretty low. No animal bone, good. So if you see in blueprints, we have, well, Shadow Legion useless, Milky Way pretty useless, even though I've got it. Eternal Night, Shio's Return, not the best, but usable. And then 3 Gathering Wands. Nothing. We've got 9 Dragon Breath Boot Fragment, 1 Dragon Breath Bow, which I've already got forged, and aside from that, it's just the chest piece and this lot here. So this is the main bulk of our equipment. We need to work on that when events come up, because obviously we can't spend to do them, so we need to save the gems and whatnot. Armaments are slowly getting better, but yeah, equipment's going to hold me back in the long run, I believe, but we shall see. We need the commanders first as well. Okay, so that's me. That's me. This is me, guys. That's just who I am. Sorry, I devolved into a 15-year-old girl there. In terms of tech, getting this to 777. Once we get tier 5, we'll start pushing. Admittedly, we have now or never on at the moment. Yada, 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 yada. Anyway, what have we got? We have the DKP requirements. So I am required to get 400k deads and 3 million KVK kills. At the moment, I've fought for 1 hour, which involved the opponents running away for most of the hour, I presume from me. And I think I'm not very high. 158,000 kills or severely wounded. And of course, 0 dead troops. There's not been an opportunity for that yet. So I fought over here the other day. Excuse me. Over here the other day, they deleted their access to the pass. Oh, people are coming. A la Madrid, swim. You know, there's occasionally a foray coming out, but it's mostly nothing. Here we go. It's farm killers and the like. The fun stuff. Yeah, you get that farm, mate. You get those beautiful farm kill points. Oh my god. Bro, don't... I mean, if you're going to farm... If you're going to trap people when you're farm killing, you want to trap people with someone better than Scipio non-prime. Dear, oh dear. Let me just get these done before we move on to the map. So, the fighting has been incredibly limited, as you can see. Hopefully... sorry, lad. You're going to have to wait. Hopefully that picks up when the next zone opens, because... So here we have no fights. Oops, excuse me. Here we have no fights. Here, they finally took this pass today, and they've come out and zeroed, like, 3 people off territory, but... Yeah, it's a pretty sorry state of affairs. Not that I blame them, but... It's pretty boring, and I don't think they've taken this one. So, nothing going on here. We're going to have to wait until we get to here. Or specifically, I forget KVK2. I think this was... No, it is fighting in this zone. Of course it is. Because we're not allied with anyone. So until we get to this zone, which is a few chronicles away, there's going to be precious little in the way of fighting. As I said, I've got a KVK on my main at the moment, so I don't really have the time to just sit by the pass and wait for people in the hope that I get cheesy kill points. So the Holy Site's next, then the bar... Oh, God. Then the Ancient... Oh, my God, it's so far away. Also, the fact I'm going on holiday in 12 days? Oh, I might just miss it. No. When is the next place opening? Jeez, the level 5 pass. Alright, looks like I'll have to play from holiday to try and get the kills. Anyway, it's a bit dull, but that's just the way it is. The other bits of the KVK are a little more exciting. So, 07 has... Well, the talk seems to be they've lost against 17 and 5. They still have territory, so it can't be that devastating. Let's see if the fort's burning. Yep, the fort is burning, so that probably says it all. As does this. So they're still fighting, but the 2v1 looks too much for 7, which means that when we get to the next zone, one presumes these guys are going to come and 2v1 us, locking 7 out. So that'll be fun. At least we'll have a nice 2v1, which would be a nice change from the 1v0 here. 8 is in a similar boring position, surrounded by... Well, they're surrounded by 2 allies rather than 2 kingdoms who refuse to fight them. 18, to their immense credit, did try and fight 16, but as you can see, they got well and truly pushed back and are now locked in that zone. And I believe 17 didn't even bother going for there. They've spent their energy going for 7, which makes a lot of sense. So, looks like 17 and 5 are winning / have won this zone. 16 has clearly won this zone. This zone's irrelevant, and this zone's completely irrelevant because no one fought against us. So that's the status of the fighting so far. In terms of, I guess we'll have a look at honour. I'm 387th. Not that it matters, I just need to make sure I get to the... Where is it? To the minimum... To the maximum honour quickly. So it's 90,000 this one, right? Or is it 120? 90,000 should be absolutely fine once the runes opens and whatnot, because I'm going to make sure I get those legendary commander sculptures. So 20 ledge commander sculptures for all doing that. What a bunch of ledges that would be. In terms of alliance, we're now 4th. The 08 alliance are number 1, 07 number 2, 05 number 3, and then we're the 4th one. We of course have a very big second alliance, which is the same as 16 as well, whereas those kingdoms are more one alliance, although 7 does have a fairly big, and 8, so, you know, fair play to 7 and 8, they're pretty active. Kingdom-wise, we're number 1, 7 number 2. I always say honour looks misleading because it doesn't really equate to it, just equates to activity. When the fighting, there's a lot of lazy kingdoms who are very strong. I mean, I can't really comment on any of these, but yeah, so we're first in the kingdom honour, which isn't too relevant. The alliance honour's far more interesting because you get the gold heads for it, 20 gold heads in fact. That's very much decided by structures, though. Everything until then's kind of garnish. Once you once it all, the structures start getting taken, everything starts in earnest there. That's pretty much it. As we saw, I got the enemy elimination straight away. This lad from 05 got himself 500 million kill points. Fair play to the lad. And fair play to Prabhu Sami as well, and all of them. Jealous, jealous, jealous. I mean, I would never be nowhere near this with the strength of my account, but I would at least have some fights, which would be interesting. Yep, nothing else to report, my friends. We hit VIP 13. We're on the way to VIP 14, and the next level, so to speak. Pushing tier 5, waiting for some fights, such as KVK 2 against opponents you don't really want to fight. Not that I blame them, it's just very boring. That, my friends, is the end of today's video. If only it was the end of my elongated hair. See you next time. Thanks for all the comments.